Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, I thought we'd edit a 4K video, which by now you've already seen because this is the video that was last put up. Thought we'd do this on the MacBook M1 Air. Now, mine is the base model, so it's got 8 gigs of RAM, 256 hard drive, 8-core CPU, 7-core GPU. So, what I want to do here, wrong one, is I want to check the activity monitor first. Now, right now between the OS and iMovie, we're seeing about 4.74 gigabytes, 4.7 gigs in use. And we haven't done anything yet, but we're going to keep an eye on that activity monitor. So this is going to be like a quick and dirty kind of edit. This is nothing majorly intense. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this down here. Now, what I like to do with quick and dirty stuff is basically expand it a bit. I want to see where my audio actually starts at, and I want to clip that section a little bit. Hey! So I know it's going to be about there, so I just got to keep a close eye. About there. Now, I'm going to go into Modify, and I'm going to go Split Clip. And I'm going to delete that little section there. Now, what we do here, because we don't have a lot of screen real estate, is we just, go to our end spot or close to it, and then we just re-expand that a mark, and we find out where our next pretty much dead spot's going to be. And we're going to go right about here. See ya. And that's about it. And so now, we're going to split the clip again. We're going to delete that section. And this is how I do quick and dirty stuff. And so you got to always make sure you highlight the yellow box around that area. So now we've got my outro here. Thanks for watching. So we're going to slam that into the end now. And then we're going to take my intro and we're going to put it here. Now, I have nothing else to do. I'm not, color correct or anything. I did this video in 4K, so it's a huge file as it is before we do anything else for saving it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go Export File. Now, before we export it, let's check out our activity monitor. Now, we're up a little over 5 gigs of RAM just by doing this much. Okay, well, we still got lots of RAM left. Now, you notice we haven't done anything as far as, color correction or any of that sort of stuff. But we want to save this movie as a 4K video. Because, hey, you guys want 4K these days. And you want really good 1080p, right? But I cut this in 4K, about 30 frames per second. On my DSLR camera, which we're using right now to cut this video, in fact. And I want high quality. Now, I do have best ProRes, I could also do that, but I'm okay with just the straight high. I think that's enough. Now, compression, we can make choices here of compression, better quality or faster. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it on faster because I think that's going to be a really outstanding picture as it is, and we're going to check that when it's all done, of course. So let's go next. Now we need a title for the video. So this one is Boss ME80 with Marshall and this is my MG 15 HCFX amp. That's it. That's all we need for our title. And I want to save this thing to actually my desktop because I still got to compress it above this. So now we're going to hit save and it's going to go along and it's going to export that out for saving. Now this is going to take a while, so I'm actually going to stay silent and we're going to let it do its thing. We'll come back and I'm going to fast forward that export section. Just to save time on the video, of course, because this is going to take a bit. Okay guys, so we're done our edit, and what we saw on average here, I popped the activity monitor up a few times there, and we saw on average about 5.83 gigabytes of RAM in use total between, you know, doing our little editing and our export, with a small spike momentarily to 6.22 gigs of RAM. Now, the way I see it, that's pretty acceptable. It's got 8 gigs of RAM in the computer. We're not going to go anywhere near virtual memory, which is what we want to stay away from, okay? To me, at all cost. So now that that's completely done, we're back down to just basically a little over 4 gigs of RAM, just to do this stuff. So let's, now the next thing I always do, I don't save stuff within iMovie because I just don't want it there. So I just go ahead and I do this and delete, and I'll delete this out as well, and then I go up here and I just delete the media from the event, and done, and then I quit. So next time I restart the program, my intro and outro will already be there. And so what we got here is the main raw product here. This is our finished product. Let's take a quick look at that. Now I'm going to go a little bit past here.
On the ME80, anyways, it's coming through the Marshall.
Quality is fantastic.
But I'm sure some people are wondering, you know, how well does this 15 watt amp?
It's playing just the built-in speakers.
Board or a pedal in this case.
So we got a great video out of that. That turned out really good on the save. Now how big this file is, that's over 7 gigs. Now that's kind of a little on the unacceptable side for my ability for uploading to the internet with. So I run a program called Handbrake, and this allows me to really compress stuff quite a bit. So we go up in here and we're going to click open. Now I can save this in 1080p 30. Now this program does not support the 4K stuff, which is kind of a bit of a bummer, but I still get to retain my quality. That's the big thing. So I'm going to go fast through 1080p 30 frame per second, because it was done at 4K 30 frame per second, so that will keep things also all in sync. And so we're gonna just do that, and boom, and it already knows that in this case it's going to go to my movies folder, which normally I don't put it there, but for the purposes of this video. Anyways, when it comes to video editing on a very base model, bottom of the line MacBook Air, quick and dirty, works fantastic. I've yet to start doing multi-files and layers and stuff like that, but I'm waiting until I can actually get a green screen before I start getting really heavy into this stuff. And I'm not going to actually purchase a green screen right away. I have another idea in mind that I discovered as a way to do a very inexpensive type of green screen setup that I'm hoping, if I'm right, will work equally as well, if not better than going out and spending piles of money. But we will have to see when that comes, because that will definitely get me into some more intense video editing for stuff, because I want to really improve videos, change backgrounds. I want to be able to, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But this is 4K editing on the MacBook Air. Of course, this video that you are seeing right now that we just cut is also going to be saved and uploaded in 1080p, even though it will be cut in 4K, because I want that quality popping picture, right? But anyways, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. See ya.